So, another topic I wanted to talk about, and this is kind of a controversial one since this word is thrown around quite a bit in the fitness industry, is functional training. Myself, I enjoy weightlifting and bodybuilding, and I like the way the physique it gives me, because in my mind, if I'm going to spend time to be fit, and how I got started into having fitness as part of my lifestyle was, I think, around second year university, discovering my metabolism was slowing down, can't have a large ice cap every day. Yeah. I have to do something. I started running, and I'm like, well, I don't want to be a skinny kid forever. I want to, I grew up watching 80s action movies and stuff. I want to be like Arnold. I saw him in Commando. If you're a bodybuilder, you could take out a whole army of people, right?
Yeah.
It's just the way I wanted to look, especially as the nerdy kid growing up. I'm like, that's what I wanted to be. And so that's why I went down, and it gives me the quality of life, to look more muscular, and it makes me more comfortable in my skin. Everybody has a certain level of body dysmorphia of what they want to look like, and the goal is always moving like it's a carrot thing. Sure. But with that, I thought I'd bring up functional, because there are now functional gyms, and cross training is a big thing that they advertise. And people like myself, I also do other sports. I do skiing, biking, and so I thought I'd bring up this functional training to discuss with you as a coach, and how you approach what's functional for your clients.
Yeah, functional training is a very nebulous term, right? And it's been seen as typically things that require balance, coordination, stability, more free weight type movements. Those are usually touted as functional because they require some of those different fitness qualities.
And everybody's probably heard that when they first started, machines versus free weights. Oh, you want to do free weights because that's functional. Machines don't get you anywhere.
Yeah, which is that we won't even go there, because that's probably a whole rant about that. And actually how much my opinion has changed on that over the last 10 years, because I thought the same thing, and that's what my mentors told me too.
I thought the same thing when I first entered the gym myself.
Right? But anyway, I think, ultimately how you define functional is that any fitness quality that's going to assist in things inside the gym that you like to do and outside the gym that you like to do. And generally they are more general, meaning that if I'm just generally stronger, I have better general joint control, I have better overall balance, I have better levels of muscularity that could support me in any task that I do in or outside the gym, that would be deemed functional to those tasks. So an easy example is let's say I want to sprint, okay? So that's one of my goals, is to run faster. I just like sprinting. Now, is squatting with a barbell seen as something that would be functional and relatable to sprinting? Maybe, maybe not, but it doesn't really look like a sprint, right? Yeah. I'm bending my knees and my ankles.
Slow, it's not explosive.
Right? So, but just general strength foundation would be deemed as a functional means to improve sprint speed, right?
So your legs get stronger, your capacity to be able to sprint faster.
To produce force, which is a key tenet to running faster, is going to be improved. So to me, that's functional, right? If I'm, let's say, a mountain biker, okay? And obviously there's going to be falls involved in mountain biking. If I have more muscle mass on my upper body and I fall and collide with the ground, and that muscle mass saves my shoulder from dislocating, to me, whatever exercises you did to acquire that muscularity, that's now functional for mountain biking, right?
Myself and definitely a friend have been told independently after a bad crash, being in the hospital, it's a good thing you had that much muscle, or else you would have broke your neck. You would have done this.
So how is that not functional? So how could you say that bodybuilding, in that sense, let's say, was that not functional to the outcome of not breaking a bone?
Yeah,
it definitely was.
And you could see that be diminishing in terms of getting too big, makes it your ability to go longer might suffer because of the amount of energy it takes for those muscles. But it's a balancing act for what you do outside the gym, as you said.
And I think one of the key themes that I see, and one of the issues with traditional, what people think as functional training, is that most of the loading and some of those aspects are so low threshold in the grand scheme of improving one of the key fitness tenets, which would be strength, muscularity, or power production, which are really the only, aside from maybe coordinative tasks, actually quantifiable fitness qualities. You could also throw in cardiovascular endurance, these are measurable things that you can actually track and see if you improve. Right. Doing a lot of these like balance type athletic looking movements, you can't really quantify improvement. So that's where a lot of those things become problematic.
Right. If you can't measure, how do you
know it's improving you? And that's not always what it's about, because I train a lot of athletes, right? Yeah. And I'm not going to say that every exercise we do, can I say, well, this is going to improve this much? Yeah. That's not really the point, right? Like really what the gym is, and again, this is probably an important thing to understand, is the gym is just general. Everything you do in the gym is very general as it relates to any more specific task outside of the gym that's more complex and is more athletic or movement based. It's just general strength, muscularity, flexibility, power production, all this, and then you have to still go and apply that newfound ability to your actual pursuit, whatever that is, right? To have some sort of transfer.
Right. So there's almost like a foundation of strength that you want, then you kind of get more specific as things go. Absolutely. And that's the same in the gym and outside the gym for what your capacity to perform is in whatever you're doing.
Yep, exactly. So, I think if we can start to redefine what we think as functional, I mean, to me, let's just say making my bicep stronger, that's actually functional for the health of my elbow. And it's also functional for me having huge jacked arms. So both of those things I want. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? We can definitely say that a bicep curl is a functional exercise in the pursuit of a healthier elbow, or for my ability to pick up a glass or something heavy and flex my elbow. That would be a functional exercise as it relates to that joint action. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be 1 foot on a Bosu ball holding a kettlebell over your head and doing a quarter squat with your eyes closed. And like that.
Yes. And say if you're getting older and you're having knee trouble and you're like lacking muscle in your leg, the muscles in your legs from doing weightlifting and squats and stuff will help support the knee.
Absolutely.
It's another example.
Help you go up and down the stairs. Were those leg extensions not functional then to your ability to go up and down stairs? Absolutely they were.
Yeah. Right? So, yeah. Well, thank you for your thoughts on that. And I'd like to ask you, so we're in Atlas Strength Gym right now. Yep. Tell us about how that came to be.
Yeah, so really the story starts in Edmonton. I was fortunate to really grow my career in a gym that was similar in some ways to the model that we have at Atlas. It was called Evolve. Shout out to Evolve.
And what's our hashtag here? We'll shout them out.
Yeah, they're a great gym. Owner's a super awesome guy. Really was the reason that gym that I was able to grow so fast in my career. So lots of praise to them and thankfulness there. But we knew that eventually we wanted to move to Kelowna and that there was an opportunity to have something similar here in Kelowna. We just saw how great that worked for everyone involved in the gym. And for me as a trainer, working for someone else was really never what was for me. And in truth, if you really want to make this a career, having someone take 50% of your income, it's never really going to work that well for you. So, as we moved here, I worked somewhere else. It didn't work out. COVID kind of, ixnayed being able to work at a gym, and I needed to continue my career and do what I do. So, we started to put together some equipment at my place in Rutland, just out in the driveway. And then I was still training clients. Bowflex days and, training clients there, and people enjoyed it. And then
I was a part of that too. And it was pretty fun when you'd be shirtless in the driveway doing deadlifts and stuff with you guys. Then people walk by and look like, whoa.
Those guys, they're hardcore. So that kind of lit the spark. And I was like, there's something here. And, I think if there's a good opportunity to open my own gym, to be able to continue to grow my own career and help more people, that I would jump on that. So, fast forward, had the gym in my garage, which worked out really well. I trained all my clients in my garage, had a nice setup in there. And then, for me, it was more about wanting to be able to help more people, and then to have a gym that was a real gym and not so much a fitness club, which is totally great if that's what you like to go train at those places. There's definitely pros and cons to both, but this is just a little bit different of an atmosphere here. So, we decided that it was a good idea and a good time, even though, it would be seen as not a good time to open a gym. I knew that it would be successful regardless, and we're okay. We're here to make it work. So that's kind of where that idea came from. And it's just, again, it's a different atmosphere than your typical commercial gym. So.
Yeah. I think the timing might be harder maybe to start, maybe compared to some other ventures, but it's only going to get more and more open and more things happening. So I think there's definitely potential for it to grow big. And it's got its own vibe. And if you're in Kelowna in the area, definitely hit up Jeremy and come check it out because it's a fun place to be. It's if you're a trainer and you're into weightlifting, it's awesome. And as a patron to come, it's got a great culture here. And it's got pictures of bodybuilders all over the wall showing you the goals that you're working towards.
Absolutely.
And it pretty much any type of strength athlete. It's got unique equipment, and you cater to individuals that train here.
Yeah, and I mean, totally.
Franchise.
It's definitely. I mean, we're welcome to everyone, and we definitely have every different demographic of people that would train represented in our membership base. But with that said, I would say the person that's going to appreciate this the most is someone that's been told don't drop weights in a gym or don't yell or make noise or try too hard. Yeah. We're the opposite of that. That's totally encouraged. Take your shirt off, scream, yell. I don't care what you do. Just be a nice person, and that's all that matters because we're here to train hard.
Yeah, it's interesting to bring that up. I remember, I think it was the Kinsman in Edmonton.
Yep.
I was doing deadlifts and I was doing up to 4 plates. And a bunch of old guys were rabbled to the front. And so I had to go to the field house by myself.
Yeah.
And how is it safe when I'm by myself?
No kidding.
Nobody around me. What if I got injured?
Yeah.
Right? That kind of thing happened.
Just because you were making some people uncomfortable because you were trying too hard.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And so, this type of place, that wouldn't happen.
Never. Yeah, I mean... So that's the difference. And again, it's not that there isn't commercial gyms that are accommodating to that, but typically it's just a little bit of a different vibe there, right? And we're just the opposite of that. And that's we're for the more hardcore, I guess.
For the general population, they wouldn't notice things like this, but if you're beyond that and want to move to that next level, this is the kind of place to go check out.
Absolutely.
So, Jeremy, show us around Atlas Strength.
All right, well, turf area here, this is warm-up area. Kettlebells, stuff like that. Also, just going to be some basic implements for foam rolling, soft tissue work, whatever. And then we have a little deadlift area over here. One of our members here setting up deadlift, got his deadlift bar set up, on his bar jack, all that good stuff. And then, obviously we got our dumbbell section here. We got multiple machines for the bodybuilder bros. And simple setup, but everything we need.
Yeah, when I first started, that was my goal.
Yeah.
Frank Zane. Working on it.
Yep. So some good motivation.
Definitely this summer we gotta impersonate and pose every one of these.
And one thing that I'm super keen on is just our dumbbells. Having the metal dumbbells. To me, that's that old school vibe of a real, strength training gym. So
Sick.
Sure.
Yeah, you got a lot of great stuff, and it's stuff that you don't see at every gym, like the belt squat there. You don't see that at every gym, and it's so awesome to see. And
definitely safety squat bar. Sometimes that's less typical.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
It's a safety squat bar. That's a great one for squatting and hitting the quads. So
right on.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
And catch you next time. I'm on a muscle.
Yeah.